Hey, it's JC1424 once again with NASCAR Thunder 2004. And in this episode of our third season in career mode, we're going to be completing race 21 of 36, the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. In the last episode, we went to Pocono, where I won by a pretty large gap over, I believe, Ricky Rudd was behind me, and there might have been some people that stacked up after pit stops and everything. But we led, I think, 17 out of 20 laps in that race and start on pole. A very dominant performance, completely different from how the last Pocono race went, and that was our fourth win of the season, which now ties us with how many wins we had last season. We have a total of 8 wins in our career, and now a 41-point gap over Tony Stewart. So I believe we're going to start pulling away with this points lead in this race. I doubt we're going to lose the points lead at the Brickyard because we've gotten quite strong here last season at least. Like, we're getting better every time we go there. I don't suck at this track as much as I used to because I guess just playing this game a lot more. Then beyond that, it's 231 points with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and 400 points with Mark Martin. So yeah, it's just coming down to me and Tony Stewart right now, but we're really starting to kick things up a notch whenever it comes to how we perform in this career mode. Driver respect levels, Earl Hall still hasn't raced since Daytona 500. And then we got all these freaking allies. So Earl Hall, it'd be nice if you would show up just so you get the hell out of here, because then I could have all these allies. Love all my allies. Oh my gosh. I need to get Tony Stewart to be an ally. Like, we're battling for the championship, but still, I like me some Tony Stewart. We're using NASCAR on MDK's paint scheme for this one because it's a really iconic race, and I think we'd be proud if we could win it in this car. I don't know if we can win it, but we've got a great car, and if I just have a perfect race, then we might be able to find ourselves battling for the win, because I know this is not going to be that easy to do it. If we do win this race, it's not going to be easy is what I'm trying to say. So we used this body in the last episode. We've got a fresh engine, and then we have also used this chassis in the last episode. Car rating of 79. Let's say qualifying. Really just jumping into this qualifying session with whatever setup they had me left off with since the last time we came here. And it says -1 turns of wedge and 22 on the tire pressure. I just overdrove turn 1. Like, I couldn't get to start steering. We don't have to let off that much at all going to turns 2 and 4. But, I still do, just because I can't tell if the car's going to be able to make it most of the time. So, I mean, it's safe to always do it a tad bit. Just all about how you angle your way into the corner. Always have these little yellow lights going down the back stretch as you get close to the corner, and that can help me determine where I'm going to start hitting the brakes and turning and stuff. And this car just ain't wanting to finish the darn corners, and I'm turning too early. Stop turning too early, JC. Like, I turn too early or I turn too late, and I find myself getting in a position where I can't finish the corner at all unless I just mash the brakes. In 30th place on the outlap. That's horrible. I mean, once we're in the pack, I'll actually be able to not do stupid shit all the freaking time, because there's not much you can judge how you take your corners at this version of the track by. Not to mention the resolution in this game kind of makes it difficult to actually see the turn. So instead of looking at the turn as I head towards it, I just look at the lights or something and then hope that I get it right every time. It'd be right about here, halfway between those two yellow lights on the side. Those should be for, like, where the caution lights and green flag, red flag, whatever, the drivers see whenever they're going to the corners. I think that's what those are. Okay, well, this lap was a little bit better than the first one, but I mean, we're already up to speed, so there's that too. How was it? A little less than a second better. 14th. Well, that's not going to make it easy to get the Outback happiness up. It's not going to go up at all. Like, I'm probably still going to be in the top 5 in points and everything. Of course I will be for a long time. So Outback is going to stay wherever they are with this race, but that sucks. We've got Tony Stewart on the pole next to Ryan Newman. Tony Stewart in that Peanuts car, Charlie Brown, whatever. And I'm just driving into Jeff Gordon. I'm going to get to the inside and clear him, because that's something that we can do. So that's 13th place right off the bat. Now I'm starting next to a fantasy driver. That's that 151 car, that Dale Reynolds guy. And I'm not even using Dale Reynolds' paint scheme. I'm trying to hit the brakes and slow down so I don't drive into Johnny Benson and get underneath him, but the car just didn't want to do that right there. Okay, so get enough of a run from the slipstream, I can just pull underneath him right here. Let's not get on the brakes too late. It's not like Pocono where they brake really freaking early or anything like that. Damn, this car just doesn't want to turn. Like, I've braked early, but I guess I'm getting back on the gas a little early because of that as well. oversteer from this freaking car just because, you know, I do more than I think I need to. And I find myself just drifting off of the grass, and then it starts bouncing around because of the physics of the curb and stuff. That was a good braking point as I make it 3 wide into turn 1. Get off the curb, JC. Get let off, don't go up into Sadler or Sterling Marlin. Be underneath Kenny Wallace as well. Need to focus on the track more than the drivers I'm around, because if you're focusing on the track, we won't hit them. And Kenny Wallace, you're slow, you're always slow, and you should just get out of the fucking way whenever someone's trying to complete a pass on you. So we've gotten into the top 10. Sad that I could have started here easily, but just wasn't prepared for this at all, I guess. Golly, this car is beeping and wobbling and Justin Biebering into every freaking corner right now. Stupid Justin Bieber, fucking up my race. These guys are pulling away because I am so imperfect. Like I said, I mean, if we're going to win this race, it's not going to be easy. And at this rate, I don't see us winning. I see us maybe getting a top 5 and for sure a top 10. As long as I don't do anything too stupid. I can't see turn 1. So it doesn't matter if the sun is shining on the corner or if it's just really dark in the shadows. I have no clue where the freaking turn is because I'm just too busy trying to make sure I don't miss my braking point. I'll go in there and I can barely see the AI anymore and see what they're doing either. Whenever there's someone like right next to me or right in front of me, it kind of helps me determine how I'm going to take the turn. In the situation, turn 3 it's easier during a race than turn 1 in my opinion. Because turn 1 it's not that predictable with the AI. I'm always confused about like how they hit the brakes in corners. Stop hitting the freaking curb, dang it! Hit the wall at this damn point because I can't stop oversteering. Jeff Gordon all over my back bumper and I can't get around Dale Jarrett just kind of zipping back and forth. Close in, then I lose time. Come on. Oh, heading to the curb again. I don't know why. I just can't avoid doing that. Here goes Dale Jarrett beneath Mark Martin. I would like for him to try making a pass so I can follow him. We could both get a spot, but that's not happening. My voice is going dry. Okay, well, Dale Jarrett's blocking me, but you get around him down the backstretch. All kinds of blocking from him. And then you got Kurt Busch blocking me. I'm trying to late break turn 3 so I get underneath Mark Martin, but he's not making it easy. Everyone's making it difficult right now. Everyone's blocking for every spot they can. Get crowded into every corner. And on tire, this thing is going to have to slow down going through turns 2 and 4, but whenever I'm ready to take the corner and not angle it wrong or anything, I'm fine with it. Okay, run down the front stretch. We're going to pretty much complete a pass on Mark Martin before turn 1, which is great. Brakes a little bit. Entering from the bottom, but pretty much a slide job on Kurt Busch. And we're in 6th place. Gain on Ryan Newman. The leaders are still within reach. It's just a lot of time to gain. It's all about, you know, having the draft on everybody and making good corners. Just gonna fly past Ryan Newman. The slipstream you can do for us. You might think there's like all a pretty big distance away from us, but next thing you know, you're getting them just in the middle of the straightaway. Problem at hand is this car is taking tire wear way too fucking quickly, man. Ugh. Gonna make the same old pass all over again. They're spreading out just because of how difficult it is to get this car to grip into the corners. I mean, I passed Ryan Newman completely down the stretch, and then we go into the corner, and I guess I just didn't turn in time, so I wound up overdriving it. It's like I can make a corner better whenever I'm at the bottom going into it than whenever I'm at the top, which makes no sense at all. I should be very capable of taking a corner more properly that way. Okay, so into 5th place. Get another top 5 finish today. I just hope my pit crew's pretty darn fast. I said I was going to improve them, get an upgrade for them like a couple races ago, but I didn't do that just because I was like, hey, if I do that, then the new pit crew is not going to be motivated to actually be good because for whatever reason, like the happiness rating is at 75 instead of 100 and shit. And whenever they're not at 100, they don't perform well even though they have really good ratings. Well, we got in a 4th, but those 3 cars, the podium right now, they're so freaking far away that I don't have much of a draft, so it's going to be very difficult to catch up to them if possible. People are coming off pit road, though, by the way, so pull up in front of them and slow them down, please. That would be great. See sparks flying. Why are there sparks flying? What are y'all doing? Well, you see those guys coming off pit road. They might slow them down, but the guys coming off pit road are probably faster than the 3 leaders right there, because I saw that happen at Pocono whenever we did that first Pocono race. It was kind of weird. And even the second one was happening a little bit. Okay. Try to make a gain on these guys just a little bit going to turn 3 if possible. We're going to take our pit stop, possibly the end of lap 8. I mean, if all these 3 leaders go down pit road like this lap, I want to go down this pit road the same lap that they do. I don't know, like, the chance of Jimmy Johnson or Ryan Newman getting off pit road ahead of us. I'm pretty sure Jimmy Johnson will, just because I saw him go down behind me in the mirror. Alright. Missed that braking point. It's really guessing at it. I'm trying to, like, watch the lights on the outside wall and then also see exactly where it starts curving in, because I don't have that much to judge by. It's just freaking resolution. I can't tell that much. We're not really gaining on the leaders, but if I get some fresh tires and have some cars to leapfrog with, you know, drafting and stuff like that, we might be able to still win this race. Seeming less possible now because I took so long to get to the field, passing Dale Jarrett and Mark Martin specifically. Damn it! Just won't fucking turn. There goes Ryan. I'm right here, dude. I don't know why he didn't just dive lower off the corner and do that. I mean, probably worn tires and shit. The leaders aren't going down pit road because they're idiots, and I'm going to take this advantage to gain time on them. We're going to have to deal with Jimmy Johnson, though, because he's going to get off in front of us for sure. Okay, no damage repair, 4 tires, a full tank of fuel. I would never try taking just right side tires or left side tires or whatever at this track. I've tried it before. It is a horrible idea. I mean, it can gain you about 5 seconds ahead of everybody, but if you take just right side tires, your left side tires get into the red and you start sliding and almost spinning, and yeah. I tried it one time because I thought it would be a good call, and it didn't. It does that in most tracks, and if the tracks aren't, you know, oldly paved or something like that, if it's just like a regular 1.5 mile track, it can be a pretty darn good advantage on you because the left side tires being extremely warm doesn't harm you too much. My best lap out there was a 49.12, and I think that was actually a little bit worse than my qualifying time. I don't remember. I'm not sure, like, was my qualifying time in like the 48s? I mean, if it was in the 48s and it was in the 49s, then that was definitely better because it's 49.12, but I don't have that much of a memory. Okay, I have not seen where Jimmy Johnson is yet. If Jimmy Johnson is in front of me, then he is way in front of me. But if he's behind me, then that's just pretty weird. And even more cars coming off pit road. We come off in front of Ryan Newman, who shoots himself into the outside wall. I mean, at least it didn't mess me up. That was all his fault, pulling onto the track too early. I mean, if you're going to pull onto the track, don't pull onto the track in front of a bunch of freaking cars. I'm not going to hold back. I've got a race run myself, and I'm not going to let him ruin it. Okay, so we got around Kenny Wallace, and damn, this freaking car. Sliding, man. Jimmy Johnson has got to be in front of me, and I really hope that we're closing in. Oversteering turn 4, again. Why does this always happen? Well, Michael Waltrip is having a really good race, running in 7th place. And I'm going to pass him, and that's going to put him in 8th. I don't know, like, which of these guys have got, like, the 3 or 4 lap fresher tires behind me and not, but we actually lost positions during our pit stop, and these guys are so freaking far away. Jimmy Johnson's got to be, like, the leader right now or something. And I can't believe, like, if Jimmy Johnson would be the leader, then how on earth is he, like, 5 seconds out in front of us or whatever the hell that is? Yeah, Bobby Labonte's going to wind up passing me at some point, just considering it. I can tell he's got the fresher tires. Big gap between me and 6th. Ah! Jeff Gordon! Ah! Fuck! Out of control. Completely ruined my race. You know, Bobby Labonte's trying to pass me. I'm trying to slip into that little space, and then I fail just completely. This race went wrong. Just absolutely wrong. All because of pit stops. I mean, I pit, like, in the most balanced way I can. Like, after, yeah, we put on lap 8 or whatever. And then we just lost a bunch of positions. Everyone is faster than us. I don't get this shit, man. Like, how does this crap happen? We take our pit stop in the most important time we can, and or the right time, and then it all comes out wrong. The game just wouldn't let me gain back control of the car after that. So freaking frustrated with this race. Could have gotten a top 10 if that hadn't happened, but I don't know. Picker must be slow. I don't know what the hell's going on. How we lose that much freaking time. Well, we can get some positions back because there's Michael Waltrip. I figured the car would be much more damaged than that. It got to the point where I was starting to think that we were going to actually spin and wreck the whole freaking car. Just annoyed. Very annoyed. Well, at least we only got 1 lap left in the race. Okay, just start the corner and then finish the corner car. And everyone tries ducking back down underneath me, and I'm tired of it. Okay, JC, focus on the racetrack. Stop looking at the mirror. Finish the damn race. I swear Jimmy Johnson's winning this one, huh? Or maybe it'd be someone else that hit even earlier than him, or someone that was closer up front and hit at the same time. But I don't think anyone, aside from Jimmy Johnson, that was that close up front hit that early. I mean, it could have been Jimmy Johnson at the same time. Anyone that hit like a lap later than him, then wound up front afterwards, that could have been him as well. We had to have lost time on pit road because I only came out in front of Ryan Newman. I don't recall coming out, came out in front of Jeff Gordon. I feel like we just actually lost ground because the drivers we came out in front of were drivers that we started in front of. So we were making passes and stuff, but it's like none of the drivers I was making passes on at the beginning of the race, like I actually saw after pit road, and they must have been out in front of us, and I was trying to gain on a good bunch of them, and it just didn't happen. 12th place. Could have been so much better. I feel like the pit crew really let me down in this one, and I didn't notice that if it was like a slower pit stop or what, but they definitely lost time in the situation because I came off pit road in 8th place after everything, and Tony Stewart won, Jimmy Johnson got 5th. Whenever Tony Stewart wins the race and then you wind up finishing all the way back in 12th place, then you can kind of expect to lose the points lead in that situation, even if it is 41 points. I think I would have still had the points lead if I had just lost my freaking shit going down the front stretch, but you can't lose what you don't have! Okay, well, let's go. Take a look at the driver spec levels. Earl Hall, that's it. I was expecting to see, like, Ryan Newman maybe in here being disappointed with me, or Jeff Gordon because we bumped into him, but no, that's really it. So, I lost some allies because, I spent more time trying to make up positions and stuff like that. So, yeah, nothing to really say about it at all. So, Tony Stewart, how many wins does he have now? 6 wins this season. He got 6 last season, too. So, he's beaten me by 2 wins, and in the points, he's making this quite the points battle. How much better can the car get? Is this going to keep on being interesting? Because, we have some great tracks coming up in the last 5 races of the season, stuff like that. So, still a good chance for us. So we just got to keep on finishing well. We can't let stuff like that happen to us all the time. We got to keep on getting top 10s, top 5s. Next up is Watkins Glen, and I'm bound to win that because it's a road course, and AI are not that good at road courses. But the game could do that thing where the qualifying is just ass and we start in last place because they're getting 50-second lap times and shit. Shop additions. 5 races left until that washing machine looking thing comes in. Garage. We got to do some work on this because we've got 5 races left until this arrives. This just came out of the shop. 77 tire grip and 76 tire wear. An overhaul will not do anything, so let's just repair this. 2 races, $333,000. Okay. Let's get out of here. Engines. Okay, we just used this one for the first time. We can use it in the next race. 8 races left till this comes in, and 1 race left until the work is done on this one. And then bodies. Yeah, we just used this for the second time. The body we're using the next race at Watkins Glen is fresh out of the shop. 77 downforce and 73 drafting. And we should be able to overhaul this because we just got that body shop edition. Not like we had with the chassis where I couldn't actually make the numbers go up. Okay, so downforce will go up 1, and drafting will go up 2, so we'll definitely do that. 2 races, $599,000. I could just overhaul it just so I lose more money to make my career mode more challenging, but sadly, I'm not that stupid. Sometimes I wish I was more stupid just for your entertainment. Sponsorship. Happiness with Coca-Cola. Yeah, it goes down to 94 because didn't finish in the top 5. I don't even know if we could have. I could have tried pitting a lap later. Because, I tried doing that at Pocono, but I was already going to win it, just considering how much of a dominant car we had. Did they tell you to bring your Pocono car to Indianapolis? But that did not work out at all. That's just bullshit. Okay, secondary. The happiness is, it was already at 100, so it couldn't go up even if I had, gotten qualified in the top 10. But I knew it'd still be in the top 5 no matter what. And then, I can't do anything with the freaking pit crew because they're already pretty darn good. I guess they didn't feel like doing good that time. Because I tell you, the pit crew must have slacked off or something because there's no way we're going to lose that much freaking time during our accurately placed pit stop. See you next time. That's that. And episode over.